Hey everybody, how's it going? Got this derailment here at Marcel. It happened about 7 o'clock this morning. It is now almost 3. Uh, I was informed about it by one of my sources at about 7 a.m. I was on my way to play golf, and Thursdays I play golf, and that's that. I'm not going to give up my golf game to come up and shoot a derailment. I'm going to be really busy for the next few days, and knew I wouldn't have any other time to come and check any of this out. So I thought I'd come up here after my golf game, just for all of you, and then fight rush hour traffic going back home. So hope you appreciate this. But anyway, I was told, I've heard 3 different stories on how many cars it was, between 5 and 25. I don't know. We'll have to throw the drone up and see. I heard there was 3,000 feet of rail rolled over. Don't know. Those are just some of the things I've heard. And the train, they stringlined it against another train, is what I was told. I know absolutely nothing about it firsthand. This is all secondhand, third-hand news. And I can hear them down there working. So I'm not going to go down there because this is an area where there isn't a lot of room, and they've got a lot of equipment down there, a lot of people, as usual, at derailments. And if there's that much track torn up, it is going to be a while before they start running trains on that track. This is double track, but I don't know if there's any damage to the other track. I don't know when they'll get the cars moved to where they can move the other train. It's all still sitting here. So let's throw the drone up and see what's going on before it's all cleaned up. All right. Flying from west to east. That was the very end of the very west end of the cars that are of the train that were derailed. The train that's derailed is the container train on the left. I do not know, because I spoke to no one at the derailment, none of the railroad guys, and speak to any of them. So I don't know what kind of damage did or did not occur to the eastbound train, which is the one on the right. But it had been sitting there. It was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I got there. And this happened just above Waylong. If you're familiar with Kurt Quinn's Quintessentials railfan accommodations, this was around the hill from his place to the east. You wouldn't have been able to see it from his place. It was right at the bottom of Lower Marcel Drive, if you know where that is. But yeah, you can see the cars all askew through the whole thing. And as it turned out, I still don't know exactly how many cars there were, but quite a few. And I don't know still how much rail was rolled as I edit this. It is 2 days later. And I've spoken to no one. I still don't know what the cause was, but it did not appear to be an issue with the train itself. Sounded like it may have been a rail problem or a switch or something like that. If I find out, I will certainly put that in an update, do a short or something. Yeah, this is the head end of the eastbound. They were both Union Pacific trains. And that is the east end of Marcel, the control point there. It's just called Marcel today rather than East Marcel, and that's CPSP 354. And give you kind of a side-ish view of the whole site. And you can see Highway 58 off to the right there. And I'm often asked or told or given opinions about why there are so many derailments up here. There aren't. It just seems like it because of people like me, and I've said that before. Yeah, you can see that if you were on the freeway or on Woodford Tehachapi Road, you would never even know this happened. It would just look like a train just sitting there. Approaching the east end of the derailed train, and they did remove the cars that were still on the rails at both ends. I understand that they took the east part of the train up to Cable. I don't know where they took the west part of the train. As I was driving up from Bakersfield, there's a few places where you can see the tracks up there. I didn't see any. I saw a train parked at Bena, waiting for all this to clear up, but I saw no trains at Bealville or Rowan or Woodford. So I don't know where they took that other train, and I didn't see it parked anywhere. They probably just took it back to Bakersfield. But you know me, I love to speculate. You see the DPU. And see that house in the lower right corner there was built by a man who was a rail fan, and he built it to resemble a railroad structure. He passed away some time ago. See, this kid was riding around, saw him a couple times on his dirt bike there, making me jealous. I was going to see if he wanted to fly the drone, let me ride his dirt bike. I don't think he would have gone for that. But it would have been fun. All right, brought the drone down for a minute and see some pretty significant damage to that container there. Some FRA guys there. And I can't remember if I mentioned that one of my sources said that it had rolled 3,000 feet of rail. Yep. Those cars are not sitting on rail. They are sitting on the ground. Or on ties or whatever, however you want to say it. But evidently, they do have enough room to run trains. There we go, moving those cars back. I don't think that between this car here and the front of them up there, I don't think that's 3,000 feet. Hey, how's it going? I am well, thank you. But yeah, so I don't know if that's hot or not. I'm not going to test it. But yeah, I don't think that's 3,000 feet, but it's significant nonetheless. Well, you heard me say, how's it going? gentleman and his two sons come walking up, check things out, and we got to chit-chatting. And as it turned out, he's the son of a very old friend of mine. Friends, his mother and his father, both Dennis and Bonnie Collins. And yeah, so cool to run into him. But yeah, they're starting to move things around, as you saw. So let's get the drone up and see what's going on from the sky. And here you see the three cars that they pulled back out of the way. And that's the other train is out of the way. They're able to get to work on getting things straightened up, whatever they're going to end up doing to get all these cars back uh, on the rail, out of the way. I don't know. I really wish that I had the time to go do some more, but I just don't. They had pulled this truck out from under the end of this car. You can see it's kind of out of kilter there. Then they took the truck off the wheels. And you can see that the side boom has the truck sitting there, or hanging there, I guess. Kind of hard to tell from this angle. And they're doing some work to the truck, welding on it, cutting something, I don't know. You can see what they're doing there a little bit. There's Les Combs. Les and I are friends, and he lives in a house just above where this happened. I forgot to, you'll see that I talked to him a little later, but yeah, I didn't even ask him if it made quite a clatter that he heard, and he's close enough. But anyway, there you go, cutting something off the trucks. I don't know how these are all put together, and I don't know what they're doing here, but I assume that they're just going to get this able to roll. It certainly won't be permanent just to get these cars out of the way. You can see they've got the axles re-railed. Now they have set the truck on the rails there. And the loader now is lifting the truck up. Is going to set that back down on the axles. And these guys have supreme confidence in their equipment operators, putting their hands, their limbs, and their lives at risk, moving these hugely heavy pieces of equipment around. Okay, you can see that they have the truck set back onto the axles. And now they're going to roll the truck back underneath the car. And start getting what cars they're going to be able to move to the west. Going again. All right, now that they have that done, the side booms are working on the next sets of trucks and the next cars to get them ready to get out of the way. All right, there's Les Combs, guy who owns the caboose up there above us with the N-scale layout in it. He's Suzuki dirt bike down here checking things out. The maintenance of way guys pulling in one of their trucks with some rail on it. Obviously not nearly enough to do what they need to do, but they're getting ready to go to work. They always carry a piece of rail on that truck in case they need it to fix a broken rail or whatever. But yeah, they're getting in position to go to work. Yeah, they're attempting to re-rail that car, or the ends of those cars. See the damage to the that car. Yeah, I ain't gonna stay here much longer. And just so you guys don't think I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to Les Combs here.
How you doing today?
Always good to see Les. Good guy. Okay, they've got that one back on the rail, and both ends of that car on the rail. But as you look back that way, you can see that all these cars are sitting on the ground. And Les said he was up on top of the hill there, and he said the concrete ties around the spur switch up there are just destroyed. So it is going to be a while before they get anything moving here. Yeah, looks like they have that one back on the rail. You can see all the damage to the ends of the ties. Oh gosh. Those guys work their butts off. I know they have a lot of machinery that does the heavy lifting, but these dudes work hard, man. And the weather's nice today. The last derailment that I covered, it was hot as hell. And they work just as hard. I am sure they are well compensated too. One of my sources works for one of these companies, and I've never asked how much he makes, but I'll bet it's a lot. And another thing about this train is it's loaded. These cars are all loaded. The springs are completely compressed, and so that just makes things a little more touchy. And you can see that these cars are all a mess back there. And also, I have drained all three of my batteries for the DJI, which is about, I don't know, I think maybe 20 minutes for the two lighter ones, and then the heavy duty one about 30 minutes. And Didn't get a lot. I had it just hovering, hoping something would happen for a long time. So I do have the Phoenix, but the sun's getting ready. It is going behind the hills right now, and so I'm not going to take it up. It's really nothing else to see that you haven't seen already. I'm kind of just hanging out to get a shot of them pulling this piece of the train back over where they have these cars, where they pull them. I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. They do have, as you saw, those two cars completely separated now. The last one on the rails, and then the next car is off the rails. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that I won't have an opportunity to come back up here and check any of this out. Yeah, the golf tournament tomorrow starts at 8. Tournaments usually last about 5 hours, but there's a bunch of stuff that's going on after it. So I don't know. I don't know if it works out. Maybe I'll come back up. We'll just have to see how that goes. I didn't think I was going to come up today, and I did. See what I do for you guys? Okay, well, apparently they're just working their way down the line, re-railing these cars. I don't know how far back the damaged rail starts, but I know that right around that curve up there is the spur switch, and that's where Les said he saw a lot of damage. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. So I'm not going to stick around while they do this. I've already seen them do plenty of it. Oh, just as I was about to give up on these guys, there is the locomotive. On the move. I've mentioned this before. I've always found it humorous at derailments or incidents, or sometimes just a big project, how many honchos you see just driving back and forth. Got a jacked up piece of rail right there. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, we got these cars out of the way, and as you can see, the sun has disappeared behind the hills, and it's not cold, but I'm still wearing the shorts and whatnot that I wore to play golf in. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. As I said, they're not going to be doing anything that I haven't already caught. All right, well, you see that they've cleared those 3 cars out of there. They're still working. They're going to be working on this all night. I haven't seen any lighting apparatus yet, but I'm sure they have it either somewhere here or on the way. Anyway, this is all I could get for you today. I can only dedicate a few hours to it, and yeah, it was pretty neat to come up and watch. I like doing it. I like sharing this stuff with you guys. I know you enjoy it. I always tell everybody that people love carnage, and that's what we had again today. It was good to see Les Combs. All right, that's it. I got nothing else. Here are the URLs, or wherever I put them, to my PayPal and my Patreon. If you can help the channel out that way, I'd sure appreciate it. Keep shooting me the ideas. Drop them in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motopoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. And as you notice, this is when I was working, 3 different times they let us pick our own safety awards, and I always pick golf shirts. So this is my UP golf shirt. Nobody gave me any grief out here today. You saw that. All right. We'll see you all later.